For all gun owners, there is a dilemma. I call it the collection trap. Lately, I've been feeling there's got to be a better way, and certainly I'm not the only one. So many years collecting firearms with no good way to display my prized collection. And then something happened. I received a mysterious message. Turns out, Hold Up Display sent me a tactical gun wall display package in gunmetal gray. I immediately get to work. This is the solution I've been looking for. And if your prized collection is collecting dust in a dark corner, it is for you as well. I want to create something practical but also aesthetic. The perfect blend for the modern gun owner to sit back and admire a wall of pure American freedom. These are the tools I'll need.
So when you join these panels up together, there's a little piece right here. If you try to do it when it's up here on the wall, it's pretty difficult. So I think they even say in the instructions to join them together on the ground. So what I've been doing, kind of an easiest way, is just put them in here and then hit them with a mallet a couple times. Just past the drill holes, and then you can put it up there and you can slide your next piece into it. And then I just square it up before I attach any of my screws. And then they have this little adapter that goes in the track. You just put your screw in there and then you start drilling, and then it holds it and kind of keeps it from slipping off. So kind of a cool little thing they give you. All right, so I got all the panels on the wall. Now I just have to go through, add a remainder of the screws, because I was just screwing it on there, making sure I had everything square and level, and then kind of getting them all placed in there, tapping them all together. But so far so good. I'm really impressed. I really like the quality of it. Like I said, get all the screws in here, and then they make this plastic piece that you slide in to cover the screws. And then I'll get to the fun part of being able to put all the mounts on there and kind of lay out how I want the guns.
I work up a rough sketch of the layout. Which do I want to be the most accessible? Which do I want to be the most visible? The choices are endless. As I build the wall piece by piece, I'm filled with gratitude for the freedom we have in this great country, the ability to protect my family, and the generosity of like-minded patriots. Thank you, Hold Up Displays.
All right, it's finished. One other cool feature about the handgun mounts, and actually all of their mounts, is they make these plastic clips that slide in behind the mount. So once you attach it to the slat wall, when you take your firearm on or off the actual mount, it doesn't move or it doesn't pop off. So that's a cool feature. And then also too, with the handgun mounts, if you have like your short breacher style shotguns, I know the handgun mounts aren't really designed for it, but that's what I used for these short shotguns over here. I like the way it looks. It's kind of minimalist. One of the great things about Hold Up Displays is, since the walls are modular, you can have this in a tiny room. So if you're just starting out your collection, you can have a very small panel wall, just throw up maybe, you know, a long gun and a couple handguns, whatever you're starting out with, which is really nice. You don't have to start off with a whole entire wall or anything big. Like this is just a 4x8 panel wall that I decided to go with for my size of my collection. But yeah, I've seen videos of guys having just small closets where they do a wall in there. So no matter the size of your collection, you can really take advantage of this system and make a small area very usable. It just makes for an overall really nice way to store things and get to it accessibly. And then as far as their magazine holders, I just have AR mags in there. I do have some more of these that I probably will incorporate some pistol magazines. It's just easier for me since I have more AR-15s to just have a bunch of AR mags. Everything these days is just getting more and more expensive for guns, whether it's red dots, the guns themselves, accessories for them, holsters, everything is just getting more and more expensive. But that's what the nice thing about these walls is that you can start off small. So you can start off with your small collection and kind of just grow it as you get more money or things progress, you can kind of progress with that. So yeah, if you have a small area, you could use the vertical rifle mount, and then that's pretty cool because it doesn't take up much space, and then you can have a nice little compact setup if you're limited on space. And then if you got a ton of space, I mean, shoot, you could have a huge wall, floor to ceiling, and if you got all kinds of guns, then that's awesome too. So very versatile, and I'm really happy with it and really enjoy it, and it looks awesome. All right, we got the hold-up display behind me all finished up. This is how I'll be running it for the time being with my collection. Some of the key things I like about it are, the first thing just being how modular it is. All of these panels are individual, so you can actually extend it. You know, if you want to go higher up or lower on the wall and wider, you can do that. So as your collection grows, you can kind of grow your wall with it. So that's awesome. So this is how I'll be running it for the meantime. I think it turned out really nice, really high quality product. All these panels are made out of aluminum and they're super heavy duty. I had another gun wall, it was a PVC material, and I was using hold-up displays gun mounts because they have really nice gun mounts to mount your guns onto a slat wall that have really good rubber on them to kind of hold your gun on there and not scratch it up and stuff like that. So not only are these panels made out of aluminum and powder coated, you can choose so many different colors. They even have designs now if you want to do like an American flag and stuff like that. So tons of different options with the colors. I went with the gunmetal gray. I think it looks really good contrasting with the black guns, but also too, since it is made out of aluminum, it is extremely durable. The weight capacity that these walls have is insane. You're not gonna have to worry about anything falling off or pulling off of a cheaper slat wall. So the quality is phenomenal, and then it also is made in the United States, so that's always a plus. Gotta love American made companies. So they have a few different mounting options. Actually, they have a lot of mounting options. I have the vertical rifle mount behind me. That's kind of nice for a small space. You can mount multiple rifles vertically, kind of save yourself some space. But then if you have a couple firearms that you really want to kind of display and just see all of them, then you can display those horizontally. It just adds a nice feature on your walls. You have the vertical mounts and then you have the horizontal mounts. As far as handgun mounts, I really like these mounts. These mounts are pretty cool. That way you can see your entire handgun. They do have another style mount, but this is the mount that I really like. And then the shelves. The shelves are really cool because you can put ammo cans on there. I mean, it is rated for that kind of weight, which is kind of cool. I'll probably just use it for ear pro, holsters, and slings and stuff like that. But you have a lot of different options. Just for this room in particular, the setup I have behind me is really perfect. It's kind of a minimalist, not anything huge or crazy, but for my collection, it works really well. As far as installation goes, it's very simple to install. You just need a couple basic hand tools. And the main thing that I would stress is when you're starting your installation is that foundation row, get that solid and level, because if you have that off at all, it'll make the wall kind of off. So if you start off having your first run just perfectly level, it makes it really easy going up from there. So how many times have you guys ordered something? I know me personally, I've ordered all kinds of stuff online from companies like Husky, you know, Home Depot and all that, and the product arrives damaged. Annoys the heck out of me. You get a workbench or something and it's dented and dinged up. That wasn't the case at all with hold-up displays. I live in a rural area and a lot of my packages come damaged. Not a single panel of this wall had any damage to it. So they did a really good job on all that. So thanks again, Hold Up. Love the product. As my collection grows, I'll definitely be expanding with you guys. You guys did a phenomenal job. Fast shipping, great product, and I love the fact that it's made in the United States.